Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot of information to cover today, so hopefully these folks will come on soon. All right, if you are not muted, could you please mute now so we can have a clear. All right, let's do this. Okay, so guys, I want this to be a little more collaborative today. If we can get that from you, that'd be so awesome. I want to just kind of get an idea from you what you're experiencing out there in the market right now when you're out showing homes, you're on listing appointment, you're with buyers. What are some of the things that you're experiencing right now?
You're putting a pause on it.
Putting a pause on their search?
Yeah.
Okay. What else are you guys getting? And Melissa, you know the script to get them past that, right?
Yeah, but it usually doesn't work.
Well, we need to work on that because it should work. Yeah. Anybody else? What are you running into out there? Okay. Well, all right, let's do this. Okay, so our core values: responsible, reliable, rich in mindset, respectful, and real. We have a lot of wonderful people on our team, and we have to have obviously core values. We have a culture. We are working to make sure that we protect our culture. So we're all responsible for that as well in our day-to-day, how we show up. And, you know, part of it is collaboration. So I would love to get more collaboration as people come on the call today, because we are a team and we work together to help each other at the highest level. So making sure that you guys are showing up to these events, making sure that you're engaging, you have value, and we want to know what you have to offer. If you're having great successes, we want to know what you're doing. If you're having some struggles, we're all a team here. So we're here to help each other through that. So we are responsible for that, and we're reliable to each other as well. So I'm kind of going inward here on these core values today with our team. We're ready, willing, and able to help each other. We're ready, willing, and able to assist. Rich in mindset. We're not walking around with scarcity. If you know what that means, scarcity is, oh my God, the sky is falling, and oh my God, I'm not going to make it, and all those things. Abundance is, it's all going to be okay. We can rely on each other. We've got a really good thing going here. Things are growing. I'm doing well. My family's healthy, those kind of things. Respectful. We're respectful of each other, right? We don't step on each other's toes. We don't steal from each other. We don't lie to each other. We take care of each other on this team. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for compassion when it's needed, and to just be kind, right? Be kind to each other. And God, we're real, right? We're being ourselves. We're real people. We show up and we are real. So that's inclusive to the team. It also goes outward to everything else that we do. All right, so transitioning now into how are we doing as a team? How are we doing in our productivity? How are we doing in our stats? Where are we at? So these are the stats for the team. I pulled them last night. And so information in is the information out. So these stats are only as good as the information we get. And I just got off of an hour call with the ISA team, and we crunched down on some things. And I just wanted to point out that between appointment set and appointment met, you see that there's a little discrepancy there between 1501 and 1127. There's some things in the form that I have given a recommendation for the disposition form to change. So I don't know if it's going to happen, so I'm not going to bring it up yet, but there could be a couple buttons that are not getting pushed correctly, or there could be no disposition form getting done. She's got about 20 people out there right now that owe some disposition forms. So some of that is skewed, okay? A little bit, but not much. So some of that is skewed on this. So if you were to look at how many we're closing against how many we've actually met with and out showing homes, again, CSU does not track showing homes. So those are some other stats that are in Follow Up Boss. So we need to look at between when you meet these people and you're going out with them and you're taking care of them, and you know, you went on the first date, then you set a task, right? For the second date, you also set that appointment when you're standing there for the next appointment. Guys, never leave a met appointment on your first appointment without setting another appointment. I think that might help, because our conversion right now between appointment met and a closed is at 13.84%. And so where we're at is the goal was at 32% right here at the top. So we're a little bit off of our goal, and we're actually meeting a lot more people than our goals even said that we needed to meet. So we've got down here below in the gray, it says 705.3. And we're meeting 1,127. Again, give a few more that we're missing there. And we're hitting those METs high, which is good. We're going on a lot of appointments, and we're meeting with 75% of those according to CSU. The goal is 80%, by the way. So some of it is technology, some of it is not filling out the form, and some of it is you're set and you're not meeting for whatever reason, right? So all that's going on, but we're at a 75.1 to get to the METs right now. And then it goes drastic drop to the actual buyer's close. Yes, we have some in escrow. Yes, but I can't count those really until we get there. But it still doesn't change the metric by very much. So we've got 13.84% buyer conversion to date. The highest lead converter on our team is just below 28%. And the goal is 32. So if they can do it, you can do it, right? So any questions on that? So when I asked to collaborate about what's happening out there, some of that is what the meat of what's missing here. We either have a skill issue, there's some technology challenges, but mostly it's a skill issue. And we need to make sure that we're identifying that within yourselves, and maybe you don't even know, and in coaching and making sure that, looks like a lot of people are having an issue getting in.
I'm working on it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's just clicking in my ear like crazy. So really, guys, is it a skill issue, or is it the market? Do you think that you need some work? Give me an idea where you're at, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go deeper, because you're getting in front of a bunch of opportunities and we're not getting them across the finish line. There is a breakdown there, and I want to find out what that is. I know it for some people. We're coaching already. However, I don't ever want to assume anything, and I don't want to prescribe anything until we really know what's going on. And that's why I kind of want to understand your struggles. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing earlier, where they say they're just going to pause. There's a script for that, right?
And and I think for like us newer agents, well, at least for me, I think a lot of it does have to deal with skills. And I'll be honest with that, because, it's like, I don't know, like everyone's situation differs. Like when I talk to people, some are interest rates, some are like, no, we just want to put on pause because of politics and the elections and just X, Y, and Z. But for me, it's like, there's some situations I don't really know, I guess, probably exactly the best thing to say. So I don't know, maybe they can see it and maybe they just don't want to go. So I don't know.
Well, and we talk about this on Scripts and Role Play, and you're on it every time. So thank you for being there. It's about memorizing, internalizing, and then customizing. So you're not at that stage yet, I think, Melissa, where you're probably still a little bit stumbling potentially over your words. But once you get that down and you have conviction behind the questions that you're asking, you're going to be able to get a lot more people to go to that next step. And then there's some of us on this call that may not know that there's financing options out there for people. And Josh is going to talk to you in a little bit about some of the things. And I need you to really listen. I need you to take notes. And make sure that you are, having the right lender in place, so these people are getting the right direction that they need. I met some people the other day, and they're qualified through a bank, which this particular bank doesn't even have really any options for them if they needed them. So, and they had no clue what else to do. So you need to have that skill to be able to educate those people. And so I believe there's a lot of opportunity here that we're leaving on the table. And it's up to us, collectively to get involved, and then from a coaching perspective, really going deep with you guys individually to get your conversion up. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to move on to the sellers now. Where we're at is at 52.27%. Our goal was 54.54%. We're actually up on listings at 2.02% in our conversion. Congratulations on that. So
Tina, are you sharing your screen? Or I don't think
I've been sharing it. Yeah.
I can see it. It's the how are we doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't scare me, Siri.
It's my settings then. I didn't see it.
It's fine. It's fine. So again, our highest converter for buyers is about 28% right now. Goal is 32. We're at 13.84, sellers at 52.27% conversion between meeting and closing and getting them done. And we are actually doing well. We're at 2.02% up on that. Our overall conversion, you guys, for the two combined, sellers and buyers, is running it at 16.79%. Our goal was 35.83%, and we're down by 19.10%. So we need some work in the buyer department. So we need some work in the buyer department, guys. So moving on now, I just want to make sure we can't solve all the issues, but there's just some things that we need to work on. And I want you all just to be really open, show up for training, show up for those scripts and role plays. Raise your hand. Let us reach out to you. Let us help you, because you all have a wonderful opportunity on our team. As you can see, we're teeing up great appointments. Just need to get them across the finish line. Overall, this month over last month on our conversion, we're actually down by 0.28% overall over last month. So we got a little bit of a slide down there on our conversion. I'm hopeful that it's going to pop back up. We're seeing some pendings happening right now. So I'm hopeful that we're going to see a little bit of a tick up here to the end of the year. Any questions you guys have? Okay. All right. So I'm going to move on now. Homes in San Diego County. I did this month over last month for you. I don't know what happened to my slide there. I apologize. That's kind of weird. We're at our inventory for units of single family homes. This does not include condos or townhomes. We're at 4,404 units. We're up a total of 1,490 units for sale over last month. So we got a little bit more inventory to work with. So we've popped up now from months of inventory that we have available. And what this means is if everything stopped right now and no other homes came on the market and you had the buyers in the market, it would take 3.03 months to take out all the 4,404 units to sell all those. So we have basically 3 months of inventory right now, and we're up from last month. It was at 1.93 months. So you have more opportunities out there. You're seeing pricing still decelerating. You're seeing buyers get points paid, some off the price, those kind of things. What I'm seeing from a listing agent perspective is buyers agents are coming to me saying, we're taking $40,000 off the price and we're asking for $24,000 in credit. And I'm going, can you please explain where that's coming from? So it's up to me as the listing agent now to educate these buyers agents that they can't let their buyers lead them around by the nose thinking that they can just ask for the ranch. I mean, you can always ask, but you're not always going to get, and maybe you will. It just kind of depends on the scenario. But I think as a buyer's agent, it's a really good idea to reach out to that listing agent and go over what your strategy looks like, ask them if there's other offers, all those things, and just kind of see if you can even formulate a win-win even before submitting your offer. By the way, I rejected that offer. And so the reason why they're coming at us with that lower price and those points is, number one, if they tell me the last two buyers on a price home that I have for $680,000, they came to me and they said, Tina, it's for affordability for the buyer. They can't afford it otherwise. So we want the seller to take on this huge burden, right? Not only points, but price too. So I said, okay, well, I don't know if we can find a win-win, but I'm not asking for you not to get any points. We'd love to help, but they're doing like 3-2-1 buy downs are more expensive than the 2-1s. They're also asking for a lot off the price. I don't think that that's always the best strategy. So as buyers agents, if you are out there writing offers, maybe you're meeting with them at the first time, and then you're writing offers, be very careful and very strategic how you're writing these offers. We want to get more for the buyers, but if you're not educating them about the market, you're not educating them about that community and that home is actually priced very well already for the market, it's already below where it needs to be to allow for the downturn, then they're going to lead you around by the nose and they're going to say, Tina, I don't want to move into a house that's worth less when I close on it. So I want to come in $25,000 low on the price. And by the way, I'm doing a 3-2-1 buy down and I need 24 grand for that. So here's the deal. It's up to the agent to educate. So now I'm spending time as a listing agent trying to educate these buyers agents, but it's already too late. They're listening to what their buyers are saying. They're not educating them about the product, about the market, about the community, and they're just going with their story. And they're bringing their story to me and it's not working. It may work for some. And I want some feedback on this because you guys are out there selling a hell of a lot more homes than I am with buyers right now. So if you guys have any feedback, please let me know right now of what we can do to get more across the finish line because you have opportunity. Anybody? All right. Okay, so condos and townhomes in San Diego County right now, we have active 1,177 units, and that's up from 1,113 from last month. And but here's the thing, this is the flip of this. We have more inventory, but we have less months of inventory available. It was 1.42 and now it's 0.62. What does that mean? What that means is there's more condos and townhomes selling at a faster pace than the single family homes right now. Okay, so combined we have 3.65 months of inventory, and that's up from 1.76 months of inventory last month, excuse me. All right, Riverside County, throw some numbers up there for you. We're doing a lot of business now in Riverside, so it's become part of our fabric of our team. Riverside County, we're at single family homes active right now, 6,226, up from 5,213 last month. And the months of inventory is at 2.99, and now it's down from 3.04 last month. So we have more inventory and less, they're actually pending a lot faster. So the market is picking up in Riverside County at this time. That's what that means. Condos and townhomes active right now, 814, up from 539 last month. And we are at a 3.02 months of inventory, up from 2.06. And so that tells me that condos and townhomes are not tracking as well as single family homes. So single family homes in Riverside are selling a little at a faster clip right now, and condos and townhomes in San Diego County are selling at a faster clip. All right, now I'm going to go into the Altos report, just give you an overview of what's happening in San Diego. Look at the pricing again. And if I remember from last month, in the lower square footages, actually prices were still going up. Let's see if that is the case today. So right now what we see in San Diego County proper, again, every neighborhood, every zip code, every community is different. And I use this data and get listings all the time. So it's been a fantastic tool for me. So I encourage that you guys learn how to use it if you're not, with your buyers as well. We will probably do a training on this soon. I think since we have a bunch of new wonderful people on the team, we should do a training to go a little more deep dive. In the meantime, in Altos, there are trainings in there that you can go in and learn how to manipulate this data properly. All right, so right now, I'm just gonna look right now. This on the left side is the market action index. This is the buyer demand in the market. I call it the gas pedal of buyers in San Diego County. And the dark gray line right here is last month. The blue line is this month. And right here, this cross line here that says 30, that is when it gets down below that line, we're in a legit buyer's market. Right now, we have a little bit of a buyer's market just because of everything that's going on and the deceleration of pricing. And it's not the inventory. Inventory has to be at 6 months to be a legit buyer's market. However, we do have some nuances of a buyer's market. It smells like a buyer's market with some of the negotiations that are going on and the way the prices are coming down. So it's an interesting time to be in real estate. Median list price right now over here to the right. Oh, by the way, it hasn't changed over last month, so the demand's about the same. And then we've got a median list price over here on the right. This is the median list price overall of every size of home, is running at about 999,000. Back in earlier this year, it was over 1 million, right? Some of you remember that. The median list price of new listings, what this data shows is anything new that's coming on the market right now is coming on almost $50,000 or $50,000 lower than where we're at right now. So when I'm on a listing appointment, I'm able to demonstrate that and say, hey, I know your neighbors are here, but this is what's going to happen. This is where we're trending here. So it tells me that we need to look at their pricing a little closer and not try to go where everybody else is at. The other stat that's really important to look at in conjunction with this is the price decrease down here says 39%. You guys see that figure? That's overall in San Diego County that we're seeing decreases of 39%. That means that people are decreasing their prices. They're getting price corrections. of 39%. The national average national average is 30. The average in San Diego runs at about 33%. And when you go into different zip codes, which I'll show you a couple in a moment, we're seeing 67, 70% of the inventory is being reduced down. So overall in San Diego County, we're almost at a balanced area of price decreases, but in separate zip codes, I'm seeing 50, 60, 70% home prices getting crunched down. So it's an interesting stat to watch. It also helps with listings as well when you're out there getting listing appointments. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to slide down here and take a look at the different market segments of median list price. You guys saw that it was $9.99 overall. What we're seeing here for different sizes of homes, which if you look down here at the bottom, you're going to see the red line is the $13.99 square foot homes here. And let's just take a look at that line and see what it's been doing just since March of this year. So March of 2022, the bottom line, the red line was at $650 and the median list price. And then it went up to $679, $680, $689, $695, $699. And in July, it was at $699, about $700. And now fast forward to October, we're at $695. So we were at $699, we're at $695. Has it changed much in the smaller properties? Overall, again, every zip code is going to be different. No, it's actually, last month it was at that $699-ish, and it's only come down about $5,000. So we're not seeing a whole lot of wiggling going on in the smaller homes. All right, not at this time anyway, overall. And then your next size up was your 1891 square foot range, anywhere from the 1399 to 1891 square feet. We're seeing in the gold line here at 889. Again, where was it in March? It was at 849. July is at 920, and then now it's come back down to 889. So we've seen a little bit of a dip down in the 1800 square foot ish homes. The next line up is the teal line, and it's 2311 square feet on the graph here that we're looking at. And that one starts, you get a little more wiggle as we get bigger. So we've got March of 2022, we've got 1.3 million. July, we saw it go to 1.3 million at the same. And then now in October, we're seeing it at 1.3 million. So it's gone up, gone down a little, and leveled out. So that's those sizes of homes in San Diego County. And then look at the craziness that happens with your larger homes. I see this across the board in every zip code that I work. It's pretty volatile. It's going all over the place. And maybe Josh has some insight on that. I don't know, but that's what we're seeing. So in March, we were at 4.4, then it peaked out at 4.6. Looks like sometime in March, maybe close to April there. And then it slides down. Now we're in October and we're at 2.7 million, you guys. That is a big slide down for the larger homes. So again, that's what we're seeing across the board. How many of you are using the Altos reports on your buyer appointments right now? Yeah. Anybody? Who said that? Melissa?
Yeah, I even send them through emails to kind of get them curious to start looking at homes.
Well, when you send them an email, and I do a lot of listing consultations through email, phone call, email, then meet. Sometimes it goes that way. I do a big, huge explanation. Are you explaining the data, or are you just sending them the report?
Just sending them the report.
Yeah, you're going to need to, and I can send you an example of what I do, but you're going to need to explain it very detailed, or else they're not even going to know what they're looking at. And gosh, I'd hate for them to misinterpret it and cause you not to get a sale. Okay. All right, so here's condos. I'm not going to go as deep dive on the condos, but I'm just going to give you guys a quick overview. Condos in San Diego, again, buyer demand is basically the same as it was last month. Not maybe one tick of a change. Nothing softening up where the buyers are disappearing, but it has softened up, as you know. It used to be up here in the 90 to 100, right? Back earlier this year, we had a lot of buyers, a lot of demand in the market. It has cooled off. We're between the 50 and 60 percentile right now on that. Median list price is at 679. It is sliding down for new condos coming on the market, sliding down to 623,750. And then we have a 40% price decrease trend on the condos and townhomes right now. So there might be some opportunities there, definitely for your buyers. The other thing we're seeing is small units. We're seeing a tick up in pricing. So I'm just going to go July here, was just for an example. July for the bottom was 450. We're now at, oh, we're still at 450. It looks like it's curved back. So we're at 450, went up a little bit and then curved back down, and it's holding strong at that. And then the gold line 625 and then 599. So we've seen a little bit of a decrease there. And again, your larger condo townhomes up here in the blue line, dark blue line, is getting a little bit more of a beating right now. Good time to sell then was when it was, looks like June would have been a good time for them to sell, right? All right, so with that said, I'm going to back out of here. Hopefully I'll get out without messing up let me go back here. Any questions you guys have? Any observations? Any aha moments? I'm just spitting out a bunch of numbers right now, and I just really want you to get this at a level where you can take some of this out to your buyers. What would be good? Let me just ask a question. What would be good to take if you had a condo buyer right now in a zip code in San Diego and it shows this zip code? What would be good to show them to get them to write a strong offer or get a better deal? Can somebody maybe articulate that for me? No? Oops.
Well, I'd maybe tell them that the data still shows us that it's clearly not entirely a buyer's market. The fluctuation of the prices of the condos haven't been, really vastly different to where it really would justify us coming in at a massively low priced offer. Obviously, you can see the new listings are coming in a little bit less than what we are averaging at now, but that could just give us grounds to maybe ask for a credit towards the closing costs or something, but not necessarily, write a crazy low offer.
Oh yeah, that might be a great story to go, but bring the data with you, walk them through it. I think we should do some training on this. Do you guys think it would be a good idea to do some more deep dive training on how to articulate this to your clients? I mean, we've got the data. I can throw out these numbers all day long to you and you're sitting there going, what? What do you think your clients are feeling, right? So how can we take little snippets of this and really use it to our advantage to help convert people over to actually writing an offer? You guys are meeting with a lot of people. You're working really, really hard out there. And we want to see the fruits of your labor. So some of this is going to be very helpful for that. I know if it works on the listing side, it's going to work for you on the buy side as well. Okay. All right. So I'm probably going to mess up the data again and mess up my slides, but I'm going to just take a quick look at Riverside, trying to get through this. So Josh has some time to be up on the stage as well. So Riverside County for houses, remember San Diego was between 50 and 60. It looks like the market's a little softer. However, there's been a pickup of pace, as I noted earlier, in the inventory being bought up a little bit quicker out there. So I'm not sure of the correlation of what's happening there, but the data might start to change and get a little bit hotter. It's actually ticked down just a little bit. It's getting a little bit cooler for buyer demand in the Riverside County area right now for houses. We've got a median price of $620, and it's all the new listings coming on are at a median price of $599. I'm just going to show you the graphs. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but you see that it's taken a dip up and now it's coming back down even on the smaller prices, smaller homes. Again, dark blue line always takes more of a beating on that, and that's your larger properties. Condos, about the same as homes as far as the buyer demand in that area. We're seeing 479 as a median list price, and the newer listings coming on at 440. Looks like there's a lot of softening going on. They're at a 34% price decrease. Again, national average is 30%, San Diego's 33%, and I'm not sure what Riverside County is for what the average price decreases are in any market. Here we go again. We've got the smaller properties of condos in July at 292 and now in October at 299. So we're seeing a slight tick up there for them, but we're also seeing other pricing coming down right now at this point for condos. Okay. So for those of you working the Riverside market, same thing. Really get to know this data. It's going to be very, very helpful for you. Let me see if I can get back to the slides without killing the whole thing here. Yay, I did it. All right, so let's go back into the presentation. Again, any questions you guys have?
I had a quick question on the price decrease. That's just percentage of homes that have any sort of price decrease, not like percentage of price decrease.
Yes, homes that are experiencing price decreasing, correction is what I actually call it, price improvements. Any homes that are experiencing a price improvement, the percentage. So the average in San Diego County is 33%, and they're at 39. Again, I see neighborhoods at 60, 70. It's all over the board. And you use that to your advantage when you're with a buyer. It's an advantage to say, but I'd still do the comps to make sure that that home is priced. It might need a price decrease, or maybe it's already been decreased down enough to where it's actually meeting the market now or slightly below the market. Then you need to educate your clients not to write a lowball offer because it's already in a place where it needs to be. Do you want to win? I mean, you want to win the offer, right? So a smart listing agent is going to tell you it's not going to fly, or try to find a win-win if they can, but you're definitely going to get a counter offer. So, make sure you're going in with really good data so you can set your buyers up for success out the gate, still getting what they need. But at the same time, we're always looking for a win-win between a buyer and seller, right? Because that's really at the end of the day that's what puts the deal together. So if the seller feels it's a win, they'll go for it. If they don't feel it's a win, they won't. But if you look at the data and you have a smart listing agent that looked at the data and you can tell that it's not going to be a win-win, then you already know you're either going to get rejected or you're going to get countered. You got to just know the data going in so you can educate, right? Otherwise, again, buyers are going to lead you around by the nose, by the hearsay that's out there, that they think that they can just steal a house because now they're shopping for a higher price point, even though they can't afford it because they're going to go in 100 grand lower. It's just not going to fly in many cases, all right? Unless that home's been on the market forever and it's a piece of crap and it needs a lot of work, I think the good ones still sell fast, just to be honest. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Nathan, for that question. I really appreciate it. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah. So going off of what Nathan was saying, so let's just say there's 100 homes on the market, right? So that data explains that 39% of those homes are seeing a price improvement, correct? It's not actually all of the homes are seeing.
No, 39% are seeing an improvement. Yeah, it's a percentage. 39% of the inventory is experiencing that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll make sure I got it right in my
Yeah. No, they're not coming down 39%. They're 39% of the homes are experiencing that. Okay. All right. So in times of uncertainty, people follow the certain. Again, we share this data for you to learn, and to obviously after this call, you're not going to be a master. So dig into it, understand it, learn it, go through the trainings, come to me. I can show you how I do it. We can do all this together, and it makes you more certain yourself. Therefore, you can give this information, provide the guidance you need, the strategies behind it with certainty, and people will follow you. They will follow certain. They don't follow in time, and it's an uncertain time. I mean, look at this: rate, stock, falls, plunge. These are the things that your buyers and sellers are hearing, right? This is the stuff outside of these lines that you're hearing. Credit ratings lowered. Now what? Drop off. Look out below. What happened? Right? All of that, they're coming with that into the relationship with you. And if you feel the same way, you're not going to make it. You're not. You have to know the data. You have to be strong on your feet. You have to have the skill. And this is a skill market for you right now. Every agent on this team needs to get their skills improved, because this is where you're going to win. You need to be that certainty in their life, right? You need to be in alignment with lenders that have certainty. You need to make sure that they have the products that fit those people, that they're going to get them to the finish line. Okay. So that's what's going on out there. It's an array of fear, lots of fear, but it's up to you to be the certain one in the game. Okay. So 3 things buyers can do today. I had this up last month as well, but I want to just expand the search area, explore alternative financing options, understand the data, help them understand the data. There might be some gift funds. There might be some different loan products out there for them. And that's when Josh will come into the picture. But before we go to Josh, we are going to be doing what's called vision boards on Thursday. Ashley, would you like to talk just a little bit about what's happening on Thursday and why? And I'll share why I believe it's important as well. But could you share with them what we're doing and what's going on Thursday?
Yeah, so this Thursday we are going to have our mega team meeting. Jason Lopez, our broker, is actually going to be joining us for that as well. So that'll be a good opportunity for you guys to meet him. And if you guys have been on the team for a while, you'll know that in around November, we set our goals for 2023 and we do vision boards together. Couple reasons why we do it together is I think it kind of fosters that sense of community and dreaming bigger when you see someone else and their goals. And then another thing is, and Tina, I'm sure you'll attest to this, when it's visual and you see it, it becomes top of mind and it kind of reminds you to go after it more. Tina has mentioned we have a morning call, and Tina's mentioned that she sees it every day and what a difference that it's made for her to see that every single day, see what her goals are. And then the other thing too, it's just fun. I think a lot of times, you know, we're a team that has fun, but I think a lot of times it's easy to kind of get caught up in the hustle and hard work that you guys put in, which is really important. But I think it's also important to remember why you do what you do. And the reason we do anything is because we you know, we feel like we need to, or there's an end outcome or goal where we feel like we might be happier, more satisfied. And so I think I just want to keep the process fun too. So we were able to find a lot of magazines for you guys. I will drop the RSVP Eventbrite link in this chat if you have not signed up already. And one last thing that I will add, and Tina and Siri, I'll let you speak into this more, but the goals that we announced to you guys in the beginning of the year for the team, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's not some number that Siri and Tina just pick that sounds good. It's based off of you. It's based off of what you say that your goals are for how many houses you want to sell. And we take that and we run with it and we create a vision around that for the year. So vision boarding for you guys to achieve your goals, business planning to help us as a team figure out where our numbers are at, and also figure out, Tina, I'm going to stop your screen share so that I can share mine, but also vision boards for you so that you can realize, well, what is it that I want for my life in this next year? And we want to do it in a fun way. So, yeah.
So let me speak on this form for a moment. I was on with Keely this morning and I went through it and tested it, and it's good for certain things that we do throughout the year. She's going to manipulate this a little bit. So you guys, you did receive a link. It's in the weekly wave. A few of you filled it out, but the link was also broken. So I'm kind of glad it was, because what I'm having her do is I'm having her tie it into, these are text fields, and I'm having her make it into a numerical field to when you put in your numbers here and you click that 30% tax, that it actually adds that in for you, and that you come out with that actual net number based on, you know, what you want to make after taxes and expenses, right? So that's what we want to do. And then once we get this form back from you, when we get it out to you, I don't know when she can have it. I'm going to be talking with her a little bit more later. We were just running a little late on our meetings this morning. So I'm going to be talking with her and just find out when that link's going to go. And we'll set a deadline of when that needs to be submitted. We're going to put all these numbers into Sisu. Remember that screen I had up earlier with the company numbers on there with the little circles? And I was talking about our conversion. Every one of you, as you know, if you've gone through the process with me and business planning, when you've been onboarding, you understand that you have that platform as well. And it tracks your business. It tracks your activities. It tracks your goals. You can check it and see where you're at any given time. It really has helped me to achieve my goals every single year. So what we're going to do with these numbers is we're going to input them for you. So that way you don't have to do them for 2023. And we will share what the grand total is and what it looks like with you after everything is inputted. But we need to get these in before the end of the year. We will be in touch with you to let you know when that deadline will be and when the link's going out. So pay attention. We really want it's mandatory that we have these forms back. So important for you and so important for us to know how to coach you, guide you, lead you throughout the year next year so you can achieve the dreams that you want to achieve. I'm in this, my passion is to impact and improve the lives of people. And so that encompasses everything that I do with the team. So I'm excited for your 2023 ahead. We've got a lot of great things in place now that are going to really knock it out of the park and for you. And you need to show up and be part of that, right? And learn the skills that you need to learn to make it through this market. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say, and are you still sharing? I am going to.
Can you
Sorry.
guys still see it? I'm still sharing.
Okay. Hold on a second. Continue.
I'm seeing some nodding heads. So,
Yeah.
all right, there we go.
Right, so we're back to this. So one of the things, this quote down here from Mark Twain is, you can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. So part of the vision boarding is putting it all down on this board, right? And you want to have your imagination you need to really build something big, like put things on there that mean so much to you. Now, people are at different levels right now on the team and in life. So when you do your vision board, it may look completely different than someone else's, and it should. Some people will put things like debt-free, a new car, those kind of things. Other people might be putting status, want to be, have my own team, right? Because they've got the things, right? They've got their debt paid off. They've got the new car. They've got those. So they're at a little bit different level than the next person. And they may be putting things down like a team, and you've got people, maybe they have their own team and they've got an income of more than 6 figures. Maybe last year's goal board was 6 figures and now they've hit that. And so it's going to be all over the board. And so you may have that level. So now that's going from like survival, right? Where you're just getting your debt paid off. Maybe need a new car because it's broken down and you're just getting things in order, and that's okay. That's where you're at. The next level up is, now I'm looking for more status. It's more, I want that, big, beautiful new home. I have a great home, but maybe I want a better home. And you want to be, you're already debt free. So now you want X amount in your savings account, right? It might be something like that. And then the next one up there is like financial freedom. What does that look like? A big picture of a rev share. It might be that. It might be, what is financial freedom to you? That might be the level you're at in your life. And that's where your vision board is going to be designed from. So just to give you some ideas around that and start thinking before Thursday, I'll go over this again on Thursday, but just start thinking about what it is, where you're at, and what it is you want to achieve. Again, it's not a yearly thing necessarily. This may be something that you've just wanted forever. Pay cash for a vacation. Maybe you've never gone on a vacation, whatever that is, right? So it's your goals. It's your vision. It's just me giving you some thoughts around how to start thinking about that before Thursday. The other thing I learned about vision boarding, which is so important, is that if you want it so bad, I mean, really, really bad, it actually, you're white knuckled over wanting it so bad, like your first sale, maybe, right? That creates fear. And you're holding on, you're getting more, what you don't want. You're not getting that sale because you're so focused, not focused on it. You're focused on why I don't have it. Does that make sense? So if you're focused on why I don't have it, you're just going to get more of that. So putting these things on a board is a process to just kind of then let it go and then start preparing. You'll start preparing subconsciously. It gives the mind and the soul space to start preparing and putting that intention out there. And so if you're just white knuckled on something that's not working, that you're not getting it, that's a problem. You guys are it's not going to work out. Anything in life, just whatever it is, right? So by putting it on the board and just kind of releasing it to the universe and then preparing, again, you're preparing, you don't even realize you're preparing. There's things that are coming true for me on my board that I was like, I just put it on the board and I just kind of went on with my day, and I do look at the board every day. So it's in my thoughts, but it's not obsessed. I'm not obsessed. Okay. So anyway, that's just some tips there for you guys on Thursday. Any questions? No? Okay. All right, moving on. I think it is time for Josh to take the stand. Are you with us, my friend?
Yes. Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Awesome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Halloween. I hope everybody had a great time last night. Let me share something real quick to go. Well, before I share something, let me just add. Oh, did I do all this right? Sorry. I'll add to what Tina was saying. I love all these stats, all this information. And if there's ever a time in anyone's career, mine, all of yours, becoming the professional that knows everything and can rebut any comments, not in an argumentative way, but just in an educational way, this is it. Like, dig deep, study the stuff, know it off the top of your hat, or tip of your tongue, excuse me, and be able to give people the information they need, because it's truly needed more now than ever before. Which led me to a couple. I just got into, oh, you guys are seeing my screen. Sorry. Okay. Couple things. Number one, there is always a lot of fear out there. Can you guys see this PDF that I just brought up? Yep. Awesome. This is a great one. I love this thing because every single time people are raving about, or not raving, but screaming that the sky is falling, you can see from back in 2015. Housing today, a bubble larger than 2006. That was October 2015. Homeownership doesn't build wealth. Imagine telling somebody that in November of 2017. It's better to rent than to buy in today's housing market. September 2018. The housing market is about to shift in a bad way for buyers. 2019. Next year will be hard on the housing market, especially in these big cities. 2019. Housing boom may be cooling as weekly mortgage demands again. June 2nd, 2021. So every single time we have all these naysayers out there talking about how our market is going to completely crumble, and it's all emotion based. There's no facts behind it at all. And one thing that I've been talking to clients a lot lately is about, okay, well, if things are slowing down right now because rates are going up, what happens to this market once rates start going back down? And they're going to, you guys. They are 100% going to go back down. I sat on a phenomenal webinar just a couple days ago from a guy named Dave Stevens. He's the head of the MBA. He's worked with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. He's does consulting with government. And they just talked about why rates are going to be coming back down, and why the housing market isn't going to collapse. Another one to show people, if you guys want these screens, if you like them, I think they're great. I love these kind of little educational tools. Is foreclosures. Right now, in 2007 and 8, people love to always point to how this market is somehow like 2008. There's 3.8 million foreclosures going on in the United States at its peak in 1 month in 2007. We're at 1.25 million. It's like 2.99% of homes across America are in foreclosure. It's not even close. So in no way is this like 2008. Another great reason why home prices aren't going to go down is the shortage of homes. If you guys haven't been talking about how we are way underbuilt on homes, this is a great one. They just came out with a study, found that we're short 5.24 million homes, which is up from 2019 when we were short 3.84 million homes. So again, if you have too many buyers and not enough homes, yeah, there's more inventory coming on the market, but seasonal, or is it only because rates are up a little bit and when they come back down, the inventory is going to be super tight again? A huge one, and people aren't talking about this, is the fact that millennials are the biggest buying group out there, and the average age for buying a home right now is 35 years old. Well, we are coming into the time where that average age of 26 to 34 is right now and over the next couple of years. So as the millennials start hitting their premium buying ages, we're going to have more and more buyers wanting to come out and start buying homes. This is the biggest age bracket of any age out there, the biggest home buying age bracket of any bracket out there. So that's a huge one. There's just a ton of buyers coming on deck. Appreciation charts. This is another phenomenal chart that I just love. Anybody wants to talk about 2008 and 2009 and that dip that it took, and that was a horrific time. I lived through it. It was no fun. But look at the reality. Here's 1965. the gradual, slow, steady pace. And yeah, it might dip down a little bit, but it continues to go. And there's going to be something else that's going to be dipping down. It's going to continue to go up. It is still today the safest bet that anyone's going to have. And if little screens like this help educate people and get them on board, then awesome, use it. So if you guys like the screens, let me know. I can send them over. Talk about rates. If you guys don't know, I put out a weekend rate sheet every single weekend with a video. I think I'm sending it to everybody. If you're not getting it, let me know. I always try to put a little bit of information in those videos about why rates are either up or down that week. But if you guys want to educate your clients about where rates are on weekend, print this thing out. A 30-year fixed rate loan right now is in the low to mid sixes for an FHA loan. For a conventional loan, you're in the mid sixes to high sixes, just depending on the day. VA loans, low sixes. VA high balance loans, low sixes. So rates, yeah, they're higher and it stinks, but the reality is that they will be coming down. The latest predictions are that by middle of 2023, they're expecting to see rates down in the low fives. And by the end of 2023, potentially even in the mid fours. And my question for everybody is, okay, well, when do you want to buy? When rates are high and you have a lot of opportunities, or when rates start going down? And think about what the media reaction is going to do when rates starts going down. It's going to be all over the place. And I think the frenzy will start all over again. So if you guys are referring me, any buyers at all, I'm shouting from the hilltop saying it's a fantastic time to buy. And just one other thing to add to what Tina was saying is that it also comes down to how you say it. Are you saying, oh, rates are high? Or like, yeah, rates are high, but it's a great opportunity. There's so much when you have inflection in your voice and conviction in your voice and truly believe it, that it is a great time to buy. It is. I think I put in the video that I sent out last week that if rates right now on a $500,000 loan at 7%, if it drops down to 4.5%, that's a $740 per month savings in a refinance. So it's a real deal. If people can hang in, buy a house now and refinance on the way down, they're going to be in a phenomenal position. So if you're not getting the rate sheets and you like them, let me know. I'll definitely make sure you guys are on the list. Loan programs. I was asked last week to come up with 4 loan options just that provide some type of payment relief. And there's not a ton of options out there, you guys. We have the 3-2-1 buy down. I think everybody has a pretty good understanding of that so far, right? Good. Obviously, it's expensive, but for the right home and the right buyer, it's a phenomenal way to go. ARMs, I think if you guys are so adjustable rate mortgages, it is a great option. I'll tell you guys right now, just telling on myself, any bank doing Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans, which is the majority of banks, they're not going to be great at ARMs. We're just not. If you go to a big box bank like a US Bank, Chase, the Bank of America, if you have a great relationship out of one of those types of banks, maybe even a credit union, you're going to find better ARM options. It's just how it is. Okay. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they do not want ARMs. They just don't. Interest only loans and 40-year terms. I get a lot of phone calls on those. People think they're readily available for all loan types. They're not. They're only like jumbo loans, non-QM loans, specialty type loans. You don't see them very often. So interest only loans and 40-year terms, they can be great. It's just not on Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, or VA type of loans. And what else? A standard 30-year fixed rate loan with paying points. I get this question a lot. Paying points, if the seller's paying for it, then there's a potential, if they're paying enough money, I'm talking $10,000, $15,000, you can lower that rate down by 3/8 of a point, half a point, maybe 0.625%. But the problem with paying points is that if you refinance this thing over 12 months, you're never going to recoup the cost of paying points. So it's that one's a tricky one. So those are really the 4 biggest options of trying to lower your payment. Any questions on loan options? Good. Success story, Renee and I had a condo, a VA, Renee McConigal, and I had a VA purchase loan closed just a couple weeks ago. Condo complex was not VA approved. So if you guys have any VA buyers and there's a complex that they love, but it's not VA approved, we got the thing approved during the transaction and closed on a condo community that wasn't previously VA. We got the entire community VA approved. So if you guys have any VA buyers and they're loving a condo complex, let me know. We can go through the process. Takes a little bit of time. Takes about a week and a half to collect all the documents. And then we find out through the third-party company that I use within about 4 or 5 days of submitting the documents if it's an approvable condo. So let me know. Those are great. We've done a handful of those over the last couple of years. Any questions over loan-related items at all?
So you guys offer the 3-2-1 buy down, but do you guys have the 2-to-1 buy down?
Oh yeah, yep. So the 3-2-1, the 2-1, the 1-1 are all within the same family of loans. So if the 3-2-1 costs too much, but we can fit it in the 2-1, then awesome. We can do that in a heartbeat.
Okay. And then for like when someone buys, like if someone buys and they want to refinance, is there like a waiting period at all? Like when they can refinance, like they got to wait like at least 30 days, 60 days, months?
Great question. The only time there's a waiting period is that if it's an FHA loan and a VA loan, and you have a 210-day waiting period before you can actually refinance using the streamline process, right? So if it's a VA IRRRL or an FHA streamline, yes, you got to wait. But if you guys didn't know this part, so the way the 3-2-1 buy down or the 2-1 buy down works is that money goes into a little sub account or a kitty. And every month, the mortgage servicing company draws from that account and supplements the mortgage payment, right? So let's say they do refinance at day 220 and there's $9,000 left in that account. Whatever money is remaining in that account gets applied towards their principal balance. So it's not wasted money. It's not, hey, shoot, we refinanced early. We didn't get to use all that money that the seller gave us to reduce our payments. No, not at all. It actually gets applied towards your principal balance, which is awesome. And a lot of people like to think, oh, maybe I should do a reduction of purchase price versus the 3-2-1 buy down because they're worried about refinancing. With that being the case, I think it takes a lot of the guesswork out of which option is the best option.
Josh, is there a recommended time as you being the broker that you would refer to the clients as far as, you know, like, is it 6 months or is it like a few days with a conventional loan? Because let's just say you help them with the loan, and then let's just say in like 30 days or whatever, all of a sudden rates drop down. They're like, I'm going to refi.
Yeah.
Does that go, would that put like a penalty on you or something too? You know what I mean? Like, how can we look out for the clients, but yet also still look out for you as well?
Yeah. So a couple things. Great point, Rich. So what happens in that case, it's called an EPO, early payoff. And we end up losing our commissions if they refinance within 6 months, but there's ways around that. Number one, if we take it back to the same lender, we can recoup most of that and not lose it all. And we talk to our clients. You guys don't need to say anything about that because I don't want to put you guys in an awkward position or make you look like you're, somehow doing something to help us out and save us money in that regard. But we talk to all of our clients, say, hey, 6 months. We keep all of our clients on rate watch, so that we know that, hey, this one, it needs to drop a 0.5 point to make it worth it. This one, they need to drop 3/4 point. This one, hey, if they drop 0.375, that's worth it. Another thing we're doing for all of our clients right now, if anybody uses us to purchase a home and we refinance within the next 12 months, then we waive the underwriting fee on the refinance. So that's, it's not a huge dollar amount, but it's $1,100 that we'd save them on the refi. Plus we have all the documents. We make it real easy and real smooth. And then also, we're still doing our 3-hour pre-approvals. If you guys need someone that's in a real tough spot and they got to get it done right away, we're still able to close loans in 15 days. We just had one close in 12 last week. So if you guys need speed, if you need someone available, let us know. Hotline, you guys should all have the hotline number for nights and weekends. We're here and available, whatever you guys need, game on. Also, happy hour, 17th, I believe it is. Come on down, Carl Strauss again. Gonna have a good time. And then Manicure Monday, for all those that love that one, is coming up next month. So woohoo!
Hey, Josh, I've got another question. So you've got the 30-year and the 15-year. It seems like let's say, at a loan, for 500,000. Seems like the 15-year is what, at high fives, and then the 30-year is at low sixes. So could a client come in and say, hey, look, I want to do the 15-year and then later refi and then try to get into something for a 30-year?
They could, absolutely. If that was the strategy they wanted to make sense, then absolutely could. The problem with that 15-year, though, it literally doubles the payment.
Okay.
So that initial payment would be so high. But if they had that kind of money and they could make that happen, absolutely. If it's a strategy that worked out, of course. Yep, good question. That is it, though, you guys. I mean, let me know if we can help in any way. We're always on it. Taylor's here, Matt's here. We're going strong. Obviously, there's you're going to start seeing a lot of lenders either shut their doors or shutting offices. We're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. And we'd love to take care of whatever you guys need anytime you guys need it.
Awesome. We appreciate you, Josh. You do
Yeah.
awesome work. Thank you.
Thank you for having
everybody
me.
for being on today. We went 3 minutes over, not bad. Enjoy your day. I hope you guys got some value out of today. And I'll send out how I crunch down the Altos reports, and I'll put it on the Slack channel and pin it up so you guys can have a little bit of an example of how I talk to sellers. Okay?
Thanks, guys.
Care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.